We've got Howard in trouble, we've got Lydiard in trouble, we've got Pardo trying to get himself back in it, and Hyam could be looking at turning this whole tournament on its head. Out comes Howard, a little bit of control on that as well, that's a good shot.
Yeah, Hyam's got to be, his mentality will have changed in the last 5 minutes, definitely. Stood there patiently, just watching what's going on around him, trying to keep calm. Now another tough shot here, got to get it up onto the level of the green. He's played that well actually, he's aimed out to the fat part of the green, obviously wasn't lying very well, just taken his medicine.
Don't think Lydiard will be leading though come the end of this second playoff hole, and by how much Ross Hyam can take the lead remains to be seen. This is a huge putt in the context of this Trilby Tour Amateur playoff.
Yeah, none of the other three players are dead. They've all got interesting putts, lots to think about. If he can knock this one in, it stamps his authority all over this playoff. Just shows you how quickly things can change.
Now, what sort of read on this one, Matt?
It's going to be slightly uphill. It's going to move off the right at the end. It's going to be quite quick through the last 6 or 8 feet. So pace is his main issue here. See him there really trying to get a feel for the pace here. He's not going to hit this till he's ready.
Sunk a couple of cracking long putts at the Bucks to qualify for this final. Away it goes.
Just takes the borrow now. Oh, and just run out of pace, but a well executed putt.
It's a good try, Matt, but Ross Hyam is definitely back in this playoff final.
Yeah, we said a 3 on this hole would be great from the tee, and it's certainly going to move him through the field here.
He didn't look too happy there with his brother caddying for him today. Also a very good player in his own right. I'm sure we'll see him in action with the clubs next year. Now from off the putting surface, Brett Pardo. Oh, he needs this. Oh my goodness, that is unlucky for the big New Zealander.
Yeah, it was a great second shot and a great putt there. Very unlucky not to make par. Just feel though at 4 over he's just a little bit too far back, but then we have got that treacherous 18th hole to come. Still keeping a sense of humour.
Well, he smiled his way through this, as has Charlie Lydiard actually. Had such good camaraderie with their caddies who've been a great help to them today. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and that really adds to the event. The caddies out there in their boiler suits. Gives it a real great feel. These guys won't have experienced anything like this before.
This then to potentially stay level with Ross Hyam going onto the 18th. No. Oh my goodness, and he's missed that by a long way.
Yeah, it's a quick putt down there. It's just got away from him. Almost feel there's a bit of impatience there. Really at this stage you've just got to take stock. Keep the big numbers off the card.
Well, the damage wasn't going to be too bad for Charlie Lydiard if he could have made that putt, or at least just executed comfortably in 2. For Howard, again, it's all been about recovery on this second hole, the same as the first, and my goodness, he's done a good job up until that point, and he too has trundled it way past.
Yeah, surprised to see that. Carbon copy of Lydiard's putt. You'd have expected him to learn a bit more from the first one. Maybe a little bit of inexperience there. Again, maybe just a slight impatience. Really does get the players thinking, this format. It really is all or nothing.
But Matt, feeling the pressure, it's very tough, isn't it, to just make these fine motor control plays really work.
Oh, absolutely. There's massive interference here. You know, the guys have got cameras on them, they've got caddies, they've got a crowd. You know, William really wanted to put them under pressure, and he's achieved that once again.
Huge putt.
Oh, and another weak putt there.
Lydiard knows he is in some bother now, marched confidently away from the first playoff green to this second playoff tee, and in the space of, what, 5 minutes, it has all gone wrong.
He's keeping good perspective on it though, he's keeping himself in a good calm state there. Now again, another must putt. Seems like every shot, doesn't it? 3 holes, every shot's so important. Oh, and another one dribbles past.
You're quite right, Matt. That's the point of the playoff on the Trilby Tour. Every shot counts. But for Colin Howard and for Brett Pardo, it looks like it is game over here at the Trilby Tour Amateur Final.
Never say never. Not with the 18th at the London Club still to come. This is a must putt. Yeah, neatly put away, nice 3. And everything's changed.
There is a spring in Ross Hyam's step as he walks away from the 11th green. Well played, sir. That's a superb hole for the young man. He is back in contention. He leads. Let's hear from the panel.
Thanks, Simon. Well, William, real swings and roundabouts going on the par
isn't it?
three.
Going both ways. I mean, there's a couple of guys there out in front there. Lillard was looking strong on the first, and then it swung right back round, hasn't it? You know, to Ross Hyam.
Yeah, a real tough par three, and the left to right wind giving them some problems. But have you got a prediction who's going to win, John?
The last hole here is a real championship hole, and anything can still happen.
And John, you know the 18th and how tough it really is. Any predictions?
You know, I don't know. It's going to be really tough for all of them. I like Ross. He hit a great three on that hole, and he's going to have the wind in the sails definitely going in the last.
Richard, who's your money on?
If I was putting some money on it, I would go with Ross. I think there could be some family entertainment on this 18th hole now. I mean, it's going to be. You might want to hide the kids and just put the pets away. It could be carnage, but I think if it was me with some cash, I think Ross is the one. He's nailed a long iron in there to a very difficult par three, made up for a sort of a stumble on the first. But he to me, he looks like the guy who's under control now.
And finally, William.
It's got to be Hyam, hasn't it? Ross Hyam. I mean, he's held his form, hasn't he? He had a little bit of an upset on the 10th there, and I'm feeling the real tension at this now because he's really come back down and pulled his form back together here. The other guys have sort of disintegrated. The big New Zealand fella, he's gone, hasn't he? He's just gone. I mean, we always get one that goes. I mean, I'm gone. So you know, it's like I'm so tense. We always get one fella that goes, and he is gone, the big fella. And I watched him up at Moortown, and he was so good. He was so good round here today. But you know, he just fell apart, and it's got to be Hyam, hasn't it, Ross Hyam? And I think he's probably the youngest here as well.
I think the golfer's money's on Ross at the moment. Let's see if he can hold his nerve. Back to you, Simon.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks, gentlemen. Well, the panel have made their choice, and off goes Ross to the fearsome 18th hole. Now remember, it roughed up some of the European Tour pros this summer. How will our Trilby Tour amateurs handle it? Find out after the break. The William Hunt Trilby Tour, sponsored by netflights.com.
Decisions. We've seen Ross just come up short there on this little par three. Let's see how he gets on.
What to do, big decisions to be made then for Ross Hyam. And as Charlie Lidgard marks his ball, Matt, can we count this as the second chance for Ross Hyam to win this tournament?
There's an outside chance at that. I mean, he's got best part of 35, 40 feet back up the hill, like we said, quite a bit of fringe grass there. He's got the putter out, slightly strange decision. The ball could get bouncing quite early through that fringe grass and he could lose a lot of pace. But his bonus is it is uphill, so he can be aggressive.
Taking a look at the line, without the help of his brother and caddy on this occasion, this is all down to Ross, but it is an outside opportunity. He's already had one putt for the Trilby Tour Amateur title, and as you can see, he's off the dance floor, but he's got the putter in hand again for his second chance.
Same routine, 6, 7, 8 practice swings, really getting a feel for the pace. Big moment this.
It's rolling well, it's rolling well. Oh, is it there? Oh, no. Well, the decision in the end by Ross Hyam to use the putter was a good one, and boy, was that close.
Yeah, it's a great shot there. That'll really calm him down. It will have helped Charlie a little bit though. He's looking along the same line, so if he's watched that, he'll know what the ball's going to do. I'd expect his putt to go close if it doesn't go in.
Little tap in for Ross Hyam. He knows he's going back to the tee if Charlie Lidgard misses. This is what it looks like to feel you've won the Trilby Tour Amateur title. And he really did think that was going in at one point, but it wasn't to be. So a 3 then for Ross Hyam at our extra shootout hole in overtime here in this amateur playoff final, and for Charlie Lidgard, Matt, his first chance to win the tournament.
Yeah, ball squarely back in his court. Right to left putt's going to move a lot, especially at the end. Pace is the key here. It's going to pick up some pace through the second half of the putt. Once again, he stayed in his routine. Looks very calm and relaxed.
This to win the Trilby Tour Amateur title.
Looking good.
Oh no, he really thought that was in. Another man that felt until the last few centimetres of that putt that he was going to be the champion.